smoothly. And then I can do a game of casting. Alright. Cool. Everything is going a-okay, how I like it. So I should be able to just go here and load up a game. That is Street Brawl. No. Ah. I do want to cast ranked. It generally tends to be more serious play.
Final moment.
It's just more of a, everything seems to have a purpose when it's ranked players. So I'd much rather misclick it, but it doesn't matter. 1641, 42, 28, nope. 2019, 6, I can go in shorter. Oh, actually, 5 minutes? 5 minutes, perfect, short enough. Recent enough, I guess? Yeah, that'd be the right wording. Alright. As we look at these teams, we have McGinnis, Pocket, Moen, Krill, Vindicta, Yamato, and Bebop. A very team-fighty team. I mean, you have Bebop for picks, obviously, but I'm really looking, you have two frontliners, you have your good AoE damage in Pocket. Vindicta, if kept alone, can do a lot of damage, and McGinnis can really lock down an area. I really want to see the Hidden Team looking for a lot more team fights than picks. Of course, they do have Bebop, a great pick character, but that can also just be used to take people out of a team fight. I like that a lot more. And if we're looking on this Archmother side, we got Warden, Celeste, Calico, Paradox, Viscous, and Flash. We got the two picks, semi-frontline and Warden, late game damage is Celeste. And what I'm seriously looking at here, though, is Calico, Paradox, Flash, Viscous really could be a nice pick squad. Especially Calico. I think they're really going to be looking to invade the Hidden King's jungle and let the Celeste Warden farm up, as these two are, like, very good late game scalers, and the rest of your team is very good at this sort of picking and looking for one-off or two-off people. So that's what I'm really looking at here, is more of a team-fighty, sort of try and stay away from the pick area with this Hidden King, and really look for picks as this Archmother side, especially in this early to mid-game. Over on this left side, looking at this buff, we have Celeste challenging this Pocket and McGinnis, and we have the all going for casting, and they all hit that parry. Celeste backing off, seeing that McGinnis still had their parry up, not want to go for that melee. But it seems like we do have the Warden and Calico coming in here. Warden getting off that cage, but Pocket will manage to escape its radius from the Binding Ward. And as everything goes through, it seems like everyone will just kind of return back to their lanes. But we do have some pressure here on this left lane, keeping that Pocket McGinnis under tower while Celeste Warden trying to get that pressure. We have a full lane being shoved. Definitely a good time to get some boxes. Let's check in over on this Yamato Bebop. Yamato is very high up, but this Bebop seems to not have a lot of cash here. And it seems like they are looking to try and play a little bit safer right now. They do have Bebop Hook, they do have Yamato. These are some very strong late game, early game characters, but so is Viscous Lash. So really gotta be looking for these hooks here, if anything. That grapple arm. And over on this left side, Pocket is going in for that turret dive on the Warden, using that suitcase and the cloak to get out of the Binding Ward. But it seems like Warden will manage to find an escape route from them, and is going to back all the way to their base. Are they going to put up more pressure, though, seeing that the Warden is not here? And it seems like they're going to look at this Guardian, trying to get a lot of damage on it. Not seeing a parry come out, but they definitely could look to try and take this around the 6-minute mark. And it seems they will take this Guardian, going for that barrage on the Celeste. The Cloak coming out, getting that big burst damage. And it seems like he will use that Cloak as a means of escape, not wanting to push too hard, seeing the McGinnis back off after taking this turret. But Warden does not want to let them leave, and the Celeste gets parried, and the Celeste will fall. Warden is going to use this last stand here, and the Pocket will manage to give him the slip, but McGinnis is going to pay for it. But McGinnis using these turrets to the perfection. Pocket coming in with the Cloak and the suitcase, giving a massive burst damage straight to that Warden, sending him to the gray screen. Over on this left side, Celeste does still want this Pocket, trying not to let him escape. But as we've seen, this Pocket does fine under low health, and these turrets are just going to keep blasting this Celeste. And Pocket will go back to recover some HP. Over here, it looks like we have a Yamato and Bebop getting picked under, dove out of their own tower. That cube coming out to protect the Viscous from the bomb, and the Bebop will fall. The circuitry not able to withstand the muscle, and it seems like the Goo Man is looking for this Yamato, but the Pocket comes in to look for the save. Yamato is going in, probably having their 3 up, and they do get the extra heal off, and the Viscous will fall to the heir of the Fairfaxan. It looks like we have Vindicta going to try to get some snipes, and the Mo and Krill will be able to absorb that. The Mole Man, the Underground Wranglers are seeming to take out the Wrestler. Over on this mid lane, we do have Blue trying. Blue is able to get the Hidden King's Center Guardian. So trying not to trade for nothing. And it seems like the Hidden King will be up, and the Bebop misses the punch, but the Warden will get a TP out. And it seems like they are going to look to follow this Warden on this map. Will they chase him correctly? Not knowing where he went, are they going to keep trying to push forward into this river? And the Warden will find their escape route with that teleporter. Except he stays a little bit too close, and Bebop does see him. Lash and Yamato are in a 1v1 here, the Samurai versus the Wrestler. But Viscous will come in and get hit by the Mo and Krill's combo, and he is low. Will the Menace from Down Under, will the Goo be able to survive the Deep's resident? And they will fall to the Samurai.
Need help on yellow.
Over on this yellow lane, it seems like we have a McGinnis in a 1v2 against the Celestin Paradox. Vindicta does seem to be rolling over on this map, but they are not giving up the pressure. McGinnis desperately trying to defend this Guardian, and the Vindicta comes in getting the stake. We have the swap to pull them out of the sky. Celeste seems to miss the ult, but really just using that turret as a branching off point, and the Vindicta will get a snipe to pop off the Celeste's head, but the Paradox not letting it go as a 1-for-0, trades that 1-for-1, and Vindicta will fall out of the sky. Seems like we have Lash looking for this Yamato here. Yamato missing their powers, not the, Yamato missing their Crimson Slash. And it seems as if we have a Calico is looking here to try and seize that Mo and Krill. Are they going to go in, though, on the hunt?
These are your final
It
moments.
seems as though they will not. Mo and Krill waiting so they can come and clear this wave of themselves. And over on this left side, Celeste Paradox really is not going to give up this Guardian without a fight, as they just keep coming back. Paradox is going to get hit by that stake and is held to the ground for the sniper to do as they please. Going under so they can't be seen. But they are quite low, and the snipe coming out and is just not enough to kill the Paradox. But it seems like Vindicta does go through and misses their second snipe on him. And it seems like after the third assassination attempt, they will go down. McGinnis using their Astral Barrage to try and pull out the Celeste, but Celeste's movement is just too strong. Heavy Barrage. Vindicta trying to take this opportunity to get that urn. Viscous looking for some extra damage here, see if they can pull one out. But there is 4 here, and Viscous will stay away from the rest of this fight. And it seems like the Vindicta is gonna get hit by that Kinetic Carbine, but not. They're just coming to clear this way so they can deliver this urn, trying to get that extra soul value for their own team.
You seem like an old soul.
Calico really is looking for these one-off people, two-off people. Paradox going to the jungle. I mean, as we saw, we really wanted the Archmother look for those more pick plays, and we want to give the more static defenses to this Hidden King, as this Vindicta hits another Assassinate on the Calico, not be able to get. Yeah, they are definitely looking for more of these team fighty plays here rather than these one-off picks. Mo and Krill coming in, getting the ult off, and it seems like both will get a stack against this Paradox. Lash coming in for that ground slam, but the team does come in. Will they be able to save the Vindicta from the wrath of the Wrestler? And the Wrestler will pull the Ghost Sniper out of the sky. But the Mechanical Menace in their boxing ring is looking for this Lash. It seems as if Calico will come in on their own hunt for this Mo and Krillium. Will the Mole Man be able to escape the cat? Or will the cat keep the mouse? Lash is going in for this Emote and Krill, but getting hit by the bomb stack. And it seems like the Calico will go through and slice and dice through all that wiring. But Vindicta coming through and getting that stake, and the crows coming through. We will have the return to Shadows to try and keep him alive. Vindicta is quite low, taking one more shot. And the Vindicta will fall to the Assassin of Calico. But Mo and Krill is going in and will evade that parry and get the heavy melee, and the Calico will fall after taking out 2 people.
They need to Stay out of my way if they don't want to be
It
hurt.
seems like we have a rift that is forming here on this right side. I'd love to see Hidden King really group together. I really do believe they have the better team fight here, especially at this point in the game. As long as they're able to avoid the Lash's ultimate, this is definitely their fight to win. Bebop is looking to grab Sword out of this middle lane, but does not know if he really wants to commit to it just yet, and decides to start backing off without the rest of his team here as they start to go for a rift. Hidden King already trying to set up for it, thinking exactly as I am that they are the better team fight comp here.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
They are 4k down, but that is not enough to deter this Hidden King side. Vegeta setting up their massive amounts of turrets, trying to lock down the area, as we know they're able to do. This character is known for being able to set up on an area and hold down that area as long as they wish. And it seems like the Mo and Crow Vindicta are the ones that will hold it in the point, while McGinnis holds a little bit behind. Mo and Krill, we have Warden going for their last stand. Mo and Crow getting this ult on the wrestler, but the Viscus comes in to goo him out of that the cube out of the combo, and the Binding Ward will come in to lock this Mo and Krill in place, and the Mo and Crow will fall to this Warden. Amazingly enough, they really just started to back off. Even though their entire team except for Yamato was here, they really just decided they really were unable to find an opening in this fight. They really needed the Samurai, their frontliner, at this fight to make a bigger difference. But Yamato is taking this in stride and is looking to grab a walker for themselves. And we see with everybody over on that right side of the map, it's just the Viscus coming to contest this Yamato. And as we see, the Yamato is full ignoring the Viscus, trying to wall breaker, gets the parry on the Viscus, and ignores the Viscus, and standing right next to him, the Viscus will be able to protect the walker, but it is really just 1 HP. As we get a lull here, we see the Archmother immediately taking space, with Celeste trying to take farm on the enemies, the Hidden King side of that map. Same with Viscus. They really are trying to use this money advantage, force space, take more of the enemy's farm than they can of yours. Hockey here does have a lot of initial spirit damage, and Calico is coming for the chase. Gets the Gloom Bombs and the Slash coming through out of that Ava form. And the Calico will fall to the Celeste, the Coney Island force. And it seems like this Yamato is looking in on this Celeste. Wow, okay, sorry. And Bebop does hit the Veil Walker invisibility, trying to get this pick on that Paradox. Paradox going in for their own shots on him, knowing the Invisible Man is able to be seen, if ever so slightly. Viscus is coming in on this left side here, looking for a play. The Bebop pulls the Viscus straight into their Walker with the slowing Hex, but the Bebop doesn't have much health yet. The Mechanical Menace is not able to protect his own wires from these two, and the Goo Splatter will come in, seeming to be rusting this man from the inside out as he is very low, going for that Hyper Beam, and Mo and Krill does come in to save him from the Viscus.
They really are
Vindicta is looking on this Paradox, but misses the snipe, and Paradox is going to try and use all this cover to their advantage, going up to the other side to go up that zipline, and will Vindicta get a snipe, and the Vindicta misses a second snipe. The Vindicta counter spells the Paradoxical Swap. Calico does come through, and it seems like Vindicta will find their own escape route. And as we see here, it looks like the Archmother really is taking all of this farm on that Hidden King side, really looking to get as much farm towards this Warden and Celeste as they can. Although Calico is not shy for money either, really being able to get off some money from all these kills they've gotten. And the Pocket will take the time to go and take that locker that was made ever so low by the Yamato. But Pocket will not get out of this for free, getting chased down and getting hit by the Binding Ward, and will go down to the Policeman's Judgment. Calico looking on this Yamato maybe, And it seems like the entire team is here. Warden is just going straight in, seeing this Yamato, and is not afraid of the Samurai, as they have the modern technology of the gun. Yamato is going in for the grapple. Crimson Slash, Power Slash, all coming out. Another Crimson Slash for the heal. And the Warden will fall to the snipe of the Vindicta. Calico going in looking for this Bebop, but after seeing the entire enemy team there, this might not be the best decision. Lash is on the other side of the map, getting that... Really? Again? Why? Gotta find out why this started happening. Only when I spectate matches, not when I play. See if I can find the same match. Can't search up my player name, can I? Nope. Well. Really, not that one. Oh well. I guess I'll just... Oh well. Alright, I'll just pick up a game. Sure. That is unfortunate. Oh well. Look, here we have Wraith, Pocket, Lash, Holiday, Lady Geist, and St. Clair. We have a very strong late game within this Wraith, Pocket, and Lady Geist. And Holiday can be an amazing pick player here. And St. Clair is no slouch for damage either. And this team really does look like they'd want to get some picks and let their... I mean, you have the Holiday and Lash who really can get some picks with the St. Clair Pocket. I think you should let the Wraith and Lady Geist farm. And you have the rest of that team really try and go invade the jungle looking for these picks. It is definitely a pick-oriented team with Holiday and Lash. Then we have Mina, Infernus, Drifter, Paradox, Bebop, and Shiv. Neither team really having a frontline other than maybe the Shiv, who can be a semi-frontline, but does not frontline super well on their own. But see here you have the really good fight pick characters. Bebop, Paradox, Drifter. These are both very big picked-oriented teams. You obviously... But I think you need a little bit more tempo on this Archmother side with Infernus and Mina. Neither really having all the damage needed late game to combat the Wraith for the Lady Geist. So it's definitely a pick team with a late game emphasis versus a tempo team that can get some picks. So I really want to see this Archmother getting ahead early with some of these really strong early game characters in Infernus, Mina, Paradox, Drifter, and Bebop. And it looks like we have Wraith here trying to get some of these farm. Mina is going in on this Wraith, getting that Love Bite proc off. But it will not be enough.
Time to stack the deck.
And Pocket is going to keep going in on top of this Guardian, trying to get some of this extra tower damage, while the Infernus Mina tend to play a little bit more safer play back. Lash and Holiday here, getting some boxes, pulling off this farm, while the Bebop and Drifter are both boxing on the other side of the map. This might allow them, this allows them to get a very nice hard shove here, going into this buff wave. We have both Infernus and Holiday on this left side here, looking for this buff. Which one will prevail? Holiday does have their ult up, and Infernus goes and gets the buff before the Holiday can. But will they be able, going in for the lasso, missing the lasso on the Infernus, but they are not going to let up the chase with this stomp. They go through, and they do hit the stomp on the Infernus, going in with the barrel, and the Infernus is low, and the Wraith comes in with the Joker, and the Infernus will fall. Amazing play from that Holiday, getting these picks and one-offs. And we have the Lash here, getting chased down by this Drifter, who is looking for a pick of their own, trying to pull off this person before their teammate can come back. But they are a little bit too far into the backline, getting hit by that Walker, jumping in, trying to getting that Rend off, but the Holiday will come through, and the Drifter will fall, while also getting one of their stacks. Over on this right side, it seems we have It seems we have a Paradox who's come over to try and help get this Guardian early. Geist is quite low, and so is this Sinclair. And the Geist goes in, probably looking for a swap of their own, as it just came up. Will they get a nice swap off, and the Shiv will cut them down before the Geist gets their swap. Soul Exchange, sorry. And this Sinclair is looking here to get some poke, see if they can burst, get down this Infernus. And the Paradox, you know, off that paradoxical swap. But they do get that Shiv ult, using the Killing Blow as sort of a movement tool. Using their assistant to TP out and TP back in. And it seems like they have broken the ankles of this Archmother team. Lady Geist is going in, looking on this Paradox. And as that Guardian fell, will the Geist be able to claim a life for it at the bare minimum? Pocket comes in, getting that burst off with that cloak in the suitcase. The leader of Fairfax does not want to let the paradoxical creature go. But it seems like the Paradox might just have an escape route of their own. But it is not enough, as the Lady Geist comes through and finishes it off. Lady Geist finds an alone Shiv, who seems to be low health, and the leader of the Fairfax industry seems to pull out the Beast Man himself. Sending him back to the gray screen, as we have this Wraith looking in on this Drifter and Mina, as they go for this tower, trying to get some extra damage off while they wait for their teammate to get in. The Lash does come for this ult, and it doesn't hit the Drifter, but it does indeed hit this Mina. And it looks like we have a focus on the Drifter, using that hard card for the healing, get that diamond card for the shred. And now we are looking for all of that damage, but instead it seems the Wraith will be the one getting shredded today, as the Lash will fall to the Mina and the Drifter, the vampire duo. As the Shiv comes in, hits a knife, and the Stalker's Mark, and that Rend will send it off, sending both of those laners back to the gray screen.
Let's take out Infernus.
Interesting bug.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
And it seems as if the Sinclair does see this Infernus, trying to get a bunny up on it, but missing the bunny, now decides to look for an escape route. Not want to actually go for a full 1v1, missing that ability. And the Infernus will just let the Sinclair leave the fight. But the Geist does not want to let the Infernus leave, and the Infernus will use their Flame Dash as a manage of means to escape. And here we have the Lash and Holiday looking on this Bebop. Little do they know, the rest of their team is here. Holiday getting on that Shiv, bounce padding up and around, but they do not seem to have an escape route planned, as the Mina comes in for the Nox Nostra, and the Holiday is low, but they do have another bounce pad. But the Hyper-Beam coming in for the Bebop. They managed to make their way into the tunnels, but they will fall to the bleed of the blood-letting daggers. The serrated knives. Infernus and Paradox are looking on the Sinclair, trying to get up some afterburn stacks on him. But he does have a shield, and he does have plenty of tools to escape. But the route is not established yet, and the afterburn is one tick away, and it will not go off. Paradox misses their kinetic carbine. Bunny's going out. The flame dash coming through. Will they have properly tracked where the Sinclair went? And they did. Sinclair going into that room, going out the left, trying to use their better movement to get out. But it seems as if the Holiday will come in to save the Sinclair. What an amazing movement showcase from the Sinclair. And over here we have the Pocket, who seems to be looking for some boxes to try and get that farm up when he has the time. This urn is spawning in, and we see the Drifter is going to grab it on the immediate. The Pocket is here, but Drifter, knowing that someone might come through the jungle, is going to go around the back way. Take a safer route, a little bit extra time. But as long as they don't lose any souls from the urn, it's a-okay to play it a little bit safer. And the Wraith is on this ship. The Gambler throwing out all these cards, and the Gambler is able to take out the Gangster that is Ship and keep on living. This character is very strong with that telekinesis and with their card trick, allowing them to nuke down and burst an enemy. Sinclair is getting jumped on by this Mina and a Drifter, and they will fall to the gun of the Drifter. Now, in this game state, as we see, there's a 2k advantage on this Arch Hidden King side. Hidden King has been doing good, getting some picks and getting out of these fights. Especially this Holiday, who has been in and out, getting all these picks there, 8-1. And the Wraith and Pocket seem to be getting themselves farmed up as well, which is exactly what you want to see from those two characters. Getting a big amount of money into the characters that are going to be doing this late game damage.
Be bold. A Blue Walker is under attack.
And it seems here the Paradox went for a swap on the Holiday. The Holiday with that bounce pad is plenty of movement, but it seems like the Holiday got sent down to the ground, and they will fall. Last try to trade this 1-for-1. See, the Paradox is quite low, but is not able to close it out before the Shiv comes in with their serrated knives to save the Paradox. Slice and dice, goes for the parry. The parry does not hit, and it seems he's at 91 health and will fall to the killing blow of this Shiv.
I see the enemy.
Mina is looking on this Hidden King Walker on the right side, trying to force them out of this play in the Rift. And the Sinclair will fall, but so will the Drifter. But it is worth it because you traded 1-for-1 to get that Rift and hard push into their tower. But it seems as more backup shows up from this Hidden King side, they are going to try and pull their way out. Holiday coming in, the Sheriff looking for a pick, but missing the lasso. And the Bebop will fall to the Muscle Man, to the rival, the Lash. We're back to an even game state, 68-68. It is now up to each team to farm and find back where they can get a new lead. Crazy game. And it seems like the Shiv and Paradox have decided they want to go for the Lady Geist. The Lady Geist does have the Soul Exchange though to pull the Shiv all the way from high HP to low HP. And we have the Sinclair coming in for that killing blow, missing the killing blow. But the Shiv will fall. At the same time, the Geist fell down to the serrated knives of the Shiv. And the Bebop will fall to the Magician and the Gambler. And the Mina seems to be going back in, trying to find a pick on either of these two who are low. But neither of them seems to be low enough. And the Mina is stuck in this 1v2. Wraith getting up their cards back up. Doesn't have a lot. But it does not take a lot of cards to deal with the Mina, who does not, it was not known for having a large health pool. Mina will use their bats to try and escape. Drifter going in for a pick on this Holiday, but it seems like the Holiday might get a pick on them. But then Mina does come in, and the Holiday will be able to kill the Drifter with their powder keg of a barrel. And it seems like the Sinclair is going to use the Nos Noxtra on Mina themselves. Will Mina have an escape route to save themselves? They might not have a route, but they do have a teammate. And it seems like the Sinclair is quite low, using that Sanguine Retreat to get around. And the Shiv might have distracted them long enough for this Mina to find their route. Bebop is coming in on this Lady Geist. And the Mina does use their own Nos Noxtra on this Lady Geist, who is now 1 HP. And without a swap, the Bebop will come in and blow them to smithereens with their bomb.
Trust me, the longer this goes on, the worse it's gonna get for you.
Holiday coming in looking for a pick, trying to avenge some of their teammates, but noticing they might be just out of their league with this one. And they will manage to find an escape route from this Archmother team, and they go to defend their Walker, but the Archmother team is still on the hunt for this Holiday, missing the grapple arm. Holiday goes in with the slowing hex and gets a grab with their lasso to pull Bebop under the Walker, but the Walker had just stomped, so it's not going to be enough to take out the Mechanical Menace. But the Geist will come through using that life drain to sap all the electricity out of these wires, and we have Mina coming through with that Sanguine Retreat to use it offensively, looking for this enemy, instead backing off.
I see Shiv.
Lash is going in for this Shiv, but instead it seems like they are just going to back out.
Hell of a fight.
And it seems here this Paradox is looking to secure an earn for their own team. It is now 92k to 84 after the Hidden King has gotten a few picks and has managed to take out the Hidden King's Walker. These pick characters have been doing work in spades for that Hidden King with this Holiday 11-2, managing to stop any sense of farming on this Archmother side. And with the Archmother using characters that need to be strong early game, like a Drifter, like the Drifter and Infernus, they just don't have the tempo or the ability to get back into this game super easily. They need to find a place to get kills and gain tempo. But this Wraith is coming in and using their telekinesis on this Drifter, and the Drifter will fall. But the Hyper Beam from this Bebop is looking to take out this Wraith. Wraith does use their project mind to pull themselves out with their 40-meter escape range. They are really going to need to overcome this Pocket and Wraith. Is it going to be very hard to deal with these two when they're together. As we see here, we have the Wraith and Sinclair looking in on this Paradox just to get some poke off. Wraith does need to farm back up to their 4 cards. Once they get max cards, it'll be a lot easier for them to go in with their ult and pull a pick off with their team. But Mina, being a little overzealous, is trying to take out the Wraith before they can get to max cards. But noticing the rest of the Hidden King team is here, then Mina will back out, not looking for a full team fight right now.
Come at me all you want.
Holiday is looking to get a hard push here, but maybe having overextended just a little bit with no Walker on that lane, they are now being slowing hexed, but that does not matter once they already use the bounce pad. They already have so much movement control that they will find an escape route with all of those bounce pad uses. And now, on this the Drifter is looking for a kill on this Lady Geist. But if they get a little bit too overzealous, the Lady Geist could get a swap, as we see them looking for a swap. And the Drifter goes in for the TP Ren and is unable to stop the swap the first time. But the Shiv will be the one who gets swapped, and the Wraith comes in for the telekinesis to stun off this Shiv, and the Shiv will fall to the telekinesis of the Gambler. And the Drifter now having a 1v2 against the Sinclair and the Gambler. The Magician will turn them into a bunny like they pull out of their hat all the time. And the Drifter is going for some heavy melees, but will fall to the Gambler and the Magician.
Let's go mid.
And it seems like the leader of Fairfax is looking for this Mina. Or maybe it's the other way around. The Mina goes for the ult, but it seems like it will not be enough, as in now on top of this Pocket, who is looking to burst them just as hard as he was just bursted with that Suitcase Cloak. and the Mina is now in full chase without a sanguine retreat to get them out of here. This could be close, but it seems like the rest of the Hidden King team is backing off, looking for the Bebop instead, who went on the Fairfax leader, pulling him out of the chase. And now it is the Bebop who is close to death. Sinclair is getting chased into the bottom by the Shiv. And will he manage to find his own escape route? Will he manage to hide away? And it seems like he will, as the rest of the team seems to disband. The fight seems to have dwindled out. Neither team finding an advantage. Both teams losing resources. Neither one wants to take an extended fight without a kill going down. Drifter using their Eternal Knight to look for a kill. Little they know, there's 3 people on top of this Drifter, and Wraith does have telekinesis. Could we see a reverse pick here from this Drifter as Holiday goes through? And the Holiday with all this movement, but the Drifter does have a lot of damage, and the Holiday will be able to stop the Drifter.
To remind them who the law is around here.
And the Sinclair is looking to a 1v3 to defend this Walker, but does use the paradoxical swap to pull Paradox under the Walker. But it does not seem to be enough to get a kill, but it will manage to scare off until the stave them off until the rest of the team can get here. The Wraith coming in with a bunch of Jokers and Heart cards, looking to take out this Bebop, who is quite low, and the Magician comes in his backup, and the Bebop will fall.
No one is stopping me from getting what I want.
At this point, we see a 7k lead. Both teams are looking for 1 to 2 picks before they can go for this mid-boss. Neither really wants to commit without the crucial picks, like this Paradox and the Infernus, who really could go for a big cancel here. Same though, you don't want to let the Lash or this Pocket be alive when you go for it, because they could get some massive damage and their own pick potential on top of it. And it seems the Drifter will fall. They're now down 2 people. Is this enough for the Hidden Team to go for mid-boss? And it seems like it will be. And the Hidden King has found their opening to go for this mid-boss fight. It seems like the Mina's coming a little early. Sinclair copying the Dust Orchestra. Does not rip it just yet. And is going to rip it probably once the boss falls to silence the entire enemy team. And there we have it. They are going for a silence. Bebop, Lash getting the ult on the Bebop to stop the Hyper Viper army. And it seems like the Geist will get the swap off on the Shiv. And the Shiv is getting into this corridor where they love to be in. But without enough of the enemies here, it's going to be hard for the Shiv to live through. And the Shiv will die to the life drain. And now, using a rejuve up, life drain coming through, Bunny coming through, and the Shiv will fall once again because of the Sinclair's Rabbit Four. Meanwhile, up here, we have the Drifter falling to the Gambler. And they are going for a big push on this Walker with 3 people down. And now, we're looking at this. They're trying to get a big push here with this Rejuve and Death Timers. This is what they're looking for, to really pull away. Neither team had more than a 6k lead at any point, but this is now enough of a time for them, the Hidden King, to really take their lead and run with it, as this Mina is unable to move through the Sanguine retreat, and they will fall to the leader of Fairfax and the Sheriff.
Pull back.
Now, as we see, we have the biggest lead we've had all game with a 15k lead in the favor of this Hidden King side. Drifter sees the Geist trying to pick off their last Rejuve, goes to the Eternal Knight, and teleports on the Geist, and the Geist will lose the last Rejuve, just maybe, yeah, and the Rejuve will go down. But now, the Drifter has to find their own escape route after being Eternal Knighted by the Sinclair. And it seems like they might just be able to get their way out as they go for the Rend, and they get the telekinesis off with the Dispel. Drifter going for a heavy melee, and the Gambler will manage to pick off the Drifter. But now there's 3 Archmother people here on this one Gambler, and the Gambler who spent their who gambled on their life to go to the Drifter now falls to the rest of the Archmother team. This Bebop though is quite low. Sinclair looking to get a Bunny Rabbit off, does not hit, but he is able to get a few damages off. The Bebop will manage to find an escape route. The Geist is low. It does not have the ult up for like another 20 seconds, and they will find the escape route using the vent.
This really the best you got?
Pocket still in this fight, looking to get one more kill on this Bebop, using the cloak that he had stored, using this barrage and the suitcase, and the Bebop will get the pull, but will fall to the affliction and the burst damage of this Pocket. And Pocket will try and evade this Infernus, and will do. And the Sinclair using the Infernus ult to stun him right afterwards. And the Sinclair is trying to go off for a 1v3. But the Sinclair will... Pocket fell. Pocket went back in. And the Sinclair is soon after as he is trying to find an escape route from the Shiv. But the hunt is on. The Bunny Rabbit coming through, but the Drifter getting that rend to tear the Magician to pieces. There is no more tricks up his sleeve to find his way out of that one. And now, as we see, the Archmother may have clawed their way back into this game, getting some momentum back in their favor. Will they manage to keep this momentum rolling from a 20k deficit only down to a 12? As the Lady Geist is getting jumped by this Mina Shiv, but the Lady Geist movement is just too strong for these two to capitalize on, and the Lady Geist will get to a walker for will get out into safety.
Of course, Henry wants me to fix things.
Stay where you are.
Telekinesis coming through, trying to pull out this Mina before they can Sanguine retreat. The Mina is going in, and they find their Sanguine retreat is back up, and they're looking for an escape route from the Gambler, and they will find it as the Caesar is a split team fight here. The Claire is looking for these two, but does not seem to get what they're looking for. And the Wraith and everyone on this middle, on the blue lane, will take out the Infernus, giving them a 1-up lead on this Archmother team.
I see the enemy. I see Paradox.
Wraith is going from behind, looking to go for a big play from the blind spot, finding this Bebop, finding this Paradox, and there's a parry Shiv, and then they will just shred straight through using that damage buff, but the Shiv does manage to get some heals back up, and the Gambler will TP out with their Project Mind. Project Mind. Project. Lady Geist using the advantage of this big fight on blue to take out the last walker of this Archmother side. And Holiday is looking to get this Drifter on Rift. Their lasso is about to be back up, and their barrels are doing so much damage.
Lift's almost ready.
And it seems like the Bebop will come in, and the Holiday might get picked their own, but the Wraith is also in here, looking to help out their own Holiday, coming for that Telekinesis, and they will stop the Drifter from teleporting on, and the Drifter will fall to the Gambler. No, the Drifter finds an escape route. The rest of the Archmother team coming through, and the Lash does not find a pick on the Drifter either, going for an ult, but the paradoxical swap stopping them from going through. And the the Hidden King has fully lost this fight, but the Geist is about to go down as well after using their Soul Exchange. Luckily for the Hidden King, the mid-boss is not up for another minute, so while they will be up for it, they did lose their lead from 20 to 10 to 1, and there is no longer a lead in this game, unless you could really call 1k a lead. And they are looking to get this last walker. Mina going for the Nox Noxtra to kill this Holiday once again. And the Holiday will not be up for mid-boss. This could be the pick that Archmother needs to pull out and win this game from behind. They managed to claw their way back into this game with good fight after good fight, using their numbers to their advantage. When the Hidden King has been split, they have found openings to kill and kill and kill. Anyways.
I see Shiv.
At this point, the Archmother is just waiting for this mid-boss to spawn, maybe looking for another pick here while they have the numbers advantage. Mina sure is, as Mina goes for the Sinclair Lash, but gets hit by the Bunny and is silenced by their own Nox Nostra from the Sinclair, looking for a heal, gets the heal off of those minions, and the Sinclair will fall to the rest of this Archmother team. And Lash is going in alone, but now they need an escape route, and they will find it, except they will find it. The Bebop hook almost hitting. Holiday is going back in, but it seems like the rest of this Archmother team just wishes to leave. The Drifter has fallen, so you cannot go for mid-boss, and the Shiv does fall as well. The lead that they were managed to just able to procure could be slipping out of their grasp as the numbers advantage goes back to the way of the Hidden King, except the Wraith not want to let this slide. Is on top of this Paradox. and the Wraith will fall. So now it is back to a 4v4. Neither team can go for the mid boss just yet. Holiday is going through, looking at this Paradox, trying to avenge their Wraith. Lash going for the ult, and the Paradox will fall to the barrage of the leader of the Fairfax Industry. And the Fairfax will go to try and kill Mina. But it seems as if the Vampire Sanguine Retreat just gives them a little bit too much movement to move around this pocket as they please. And Nox Nostra coming out with another Sanguine Retreat. And Mina will fall to the rest of this Hidden King team with Lash coming through and the Geist. Now it is just the Infernus on top of this Geist. And the Fairfax coming through with that cloak, with the barrage, and with the bomb. Will they be able to take him out? And they will come for a bunny form and sing the Infernus will fall to the life drain and the bunny of the Magician and Lady Geist.
Drifter's missing.
Is this mid-boss for them? No, they seem to want to go for these buffs and just not in the feeling of mid-boss just yet. Geist is instead getting a swap on this Shiv. And now we have few people jumping on this Lady Geist, but Lady Geist is full HP. Stonecax coming out, Max Berserker, Max Spellslinger. Will they be able to take out the Geist, or will the rest of this Hidden King team come through as Bebop goes as they go for this Bebop?
Let's go mid.
Let's go to Broadway.
Deciding with their numbers advantage, they are looking here to grab this mid boss while they are up 2 from killing the Infernus Mina. And it seems as if there will be contest from the Archmother side. But will it be enough? We have the Wraith coming through and lifting off the Bebop. Shiv coming through, getting a bunch of parries out. And it seems like the Archmother, the Hidden King will get all of these crystals with the Sinclair coming through and managing to bunny out the Shiv from on top of the crystal. Nox Nostra coming out to look for the Fairfax. But while that's going on, the bunny form is able to take out the Bebop. And we have Lash going up and down, trying to look for another person to slam on top of. Geist is trying to hunt down this Mina. It just seems to be in the middle of everything. Lash versus Mina on this roof. And it seems like the rest of the team is not going to be able to make it up in time for a winner to be decided. Except for the Sinclair, who comes up, jumps off, comes back on, and the bunny form will come out. But the Sanguine Retreat will dodge the bunny. And Lash is still on the hunt for the vampire. But the hunt will conclude unfruitful as Lash will not be able to take out the Mina.
Just stay
Or
out
they
of my
will.
way.
Sinclair manages to take out the Mina instead with a nice Vexing Bolt recurve shot. And now it is time to siege the base. They are up 4 and they have these redo crystals. It is up to Infernus to try and stop them. The Shiv is respawning. How many will they take? Will they go for shrines and the Archmother, or will they just go for some shrines? And it seems like the first shrine will fall. Shiv was able to take out the Lash with a killing blow, but Lash does have that reju with only one rejuve left and taking out one shrine. It seems they're trying to leave, but the curse coming through from the Bebop on the Sinclair. But using their Spectral Assistant will be able to teleport their way out of this situation. Except the Drifter coming through with gets a parry, the double parry from the Sinclair, and he'll be able to TP back, but the Bebop is waiting for him, and the Sinclair will fall to the Bebop. But with that last rejuve being used and no Spectral Assistant active, he will try to use that killing blow for an escape route, but does not manage to find one. While all this is going on, the Hidden King seems to be trying to take this rift, but will the Archmother make it in time to stop it? Geist going in to intercept them. They are so close, and the Drifter Shiv will manage just in the nick of time. Mina going in for a Nox Nostra. Geist is trying to look for this Paradox, but Paradoxical Swap coming through, going to that wall. All the silence, all the healing is back and forth. The rift is gone, and they will go for a soul exchange on this Drifter. Bebop getting the hook. They do have a warp stone. They're going up, going back down, going up, going down, and they're getting hooked again. But the Drifter will fall. But at the same time, the Geist will go down to this relentless gangster that is Shiv.
Lifting.
Telekinesis going through on this Bebop. Wraith pulling out the Bebop, just shredding him to wires with these card tricks, shredding the wires to shreds with these card tricks. And it seems like they're looking now for this Paradox. And will they be able to find who they're looking for. The Shiv will die to the card-tricking menace of a gambler. And it seems the Hidden King will take this fight. Holiday immediately going in, trying to put some pressure, want to get this last shrine before they respawn. But there is an Infernus here. If it's just a Holiday, it could be risky.
Hope I got this position right. Incoming.
Holiday versus Infernus in their spawn. Holiday coming through with the slow attack, the stun, the punch, and it seems like this Holiday just has the movement and the movement, and the shrine is low. Will it be enough? Getting that stomp, barrel stomp, and the shot, and it will. They're looking to drop this tier 1 patron, but Mina comes in with a Nox Nostra, and it seems like Sinclair coming with a Nox Nostra of their own maybe. It's a really long Nox Nostra. And it seems the Holiday is trying to get this tier 1 Archmother with their life, and they will get it, but will they fall? And the Holiday will go down for the tier 1 Archmother. Trading one person for the tier 1 patron is definitely worth it.
I don't know what that does.
Alrighty.
Blue.
Bit of a lull here with the Hidden King trying to get up some of their farm, keep the lead they have, knowing they only need to win one good fight. But the Shiv trying to go on the offensive here, looking for the enemy team. But this could be putting their own team in peril as they do not get there in time. And Geist will teleport through. There's now 4 Archmother looking for this Geist, with Mina being on them. Killing this Geist could be the opening they need. But the rest of the Hidden King team is rotating through. And the I Am Reborn Soul Exchange coming through. The Geist is out full health, and the Shiv is low. Drifter is coming in, getting hit by the Soul Exchange. And the Drifter will just take it, knowing he cannot survive this fight. And after all is said and done, the Shiv forcing their entire team to overextend. The Gambler coming in, getting the telekinesis off of this Paradox. They will all fall, and the game is over. Well, pretty much over. Unless the Infernus can pull out a 1v6 of a lifetime, he has to stall for 50 more seconds until the rest of his team gets here. And Infernus, seeming to try and do their best, is running in, getting some Flame Dash proc damage, looking for whatever they can, getting some proxy off wherever they can. But while this is happening, the Wraith is just going and gonna try and take out this Archmother. Who needs minions when you are this Wraith who just has tons of shots and damage? There's nothing you can do to stop, and the Infernus will end up falling. What a masterclass of a game from this Hidden King team.
Good game. Good game.
Good game.
For most of this game was extremely even. No team really was able to get more than a 6k lead until the Hidden King managed to get one or two more, was able to get a few more kills, was able to pull out the mid-boss from a few of those kills, and once they got that, they had a 6k lead, 20k lead, 10k lead, 20k, 30k, and then they ended the game after this dominant performance up to a 30k lead. There's a little issue right here, but they were able to sort out their own little micro issue in the team fight and were able to win the next team fights and win the game. Amazing game from the Hidden King side.